So I was asked a question on my Instagram Q&A of what foods to eat around perimenopause and what supplements to take, and I felt I could give more context in a longer form video, so hopefully this helps. I have worked my entire career with females who are entering perimenopause, going through it or coming out of it, and I have had to learn a lot about what perimenopause is and the role it plays around female health. The biggest thing I have learned in my time working with clients and from doing courses has been it's an individual journey, and every single female is going through it at different stages, is facing different symptoms with different severities. So it's about taking an individualized approach and figuring out what works best for you. Now, what role can a coach play, and what role does your GP play, and what role do you play? So the problem I see with social media is that people are calling themselves menopause coaches, or they're specialists in hormonal balance and all that stuff. I don't think that helps the situation. I think if we step back and go, okay, my lifestyle factors, while they might not resolve or solve the symptoms that I have, they may make those symptoms a little bit better. This is easier said than done. So first and foremost, I would say to clients is, are you in coordination with your GP? Have you sat down with your GP? Have you said, okay, over the last number of months, here's how I've been feeling. Have you been tracking your symptoms? One of the biggest tools I would say to females is have a symptom tracker around your menstrual cycle, and throughout the month just have a symptom tracker, because you go to the GP armed of like, here in the last number of months, this is how I've been feeling, this is what's been happening. The challenge with perimenopause is that the umbrella of symptoms is so big, but if you have that symptom tracker, they can see trends, and hopefully if you're working with a good GP, they can help you on and suggest some things that will help you feel better and help you through the menopause journey. When it comes to the foods you should eat and the supplements you should take, don't get caught up in the hype. Too many coaches are promoting singular foods or promoting supplements, and yes, they will help. However, if we step back and take a more telescopic view of our overall lifestyle and see what we can make improvements on there, they can not completely eliminate symptoms, but they may alleviate symptoms. And it's about, can we take steps to help alleviate our symptoms? What are those steps? Sleep can be impacted by perimenopause, but can we look at our sleep hygiene? Can we look at what we're doing 1 hour or 2 hours before bed and look at improving our sleep hygiene? While we might not be in control of what happens during our sleep through night sweats and everything else, we can look at trying to get ourselves in the best possible position for better quality sleep. Water intake sounds so simple, but by making sure we're adequately hydrated, the cognitive function that we talk about, the brain fog, is it going to be resolved through water intake? No. But if we are adequately hydrated, then cognitively we're going to function a bit better, and digestive system works a bit better. So are we drinking sufficient amounts of water? When it comes to nutrition, what types of foods should you eat? Unfortunately, the answer is what you don't want to hear. The answer is eating nutritious foods most of the time. So 80-85% of your nutrition, whole grain foods, fruits and vegetables, just reducing the amount of calorie dense, highly processed foods, not eliminating. That is so important. But if we're eating nutritiously well, we're putting our body in the best position to feel its best. So have a look at your nutrition overall as a whole, without eliminating, without restricting, and looking at where can I add in more vegetables, where can I add in more fruit, where can I make this meal a more well-rounded meal, where can I fit in my bit of chocolate. When it comes to alcohol, reducing our alcohol intake, again, you don't have to eliminate it, but reducing alcohol intake can absolutely help. When it comes to exercise, one of the most important things I've seen is that, like, again, this individual journey with females has been, some women will come in and they'll feel okay on that day, other women will come in and they'll feel absolutely flat. You adjust your session to how you're feeling, but sometimes enough is movement. Instead of thinking, I didn't hit my best exercises, I didn't train as hard as I normally do, but I did move, I got up today and I went to the gym and I got out in the fresh air, that's enough at times. So as long as some form of movement will do, it doesn't have to be that high intense session that you're used to, but if you're moving on a regular basis, if we improve our sleep hygiene, if we look at our nutrition as a whole and not individual foods, and we make small changes that can last long term, that's where you're going to see the biggest benefit. Do supplements help? Yes, supplements will help you. However, supplements, when it comes to the pyramid of importance, would be at the top in this small section. So we are looking at these behaviors of sleep, nutrition, exercise, stress management. All these things are going to matter before the supplements matter. So while supplements can and will help, to label any supplement as this is going to help alleviate your symptoms, you'd have to first know what your symptom is, and then I would look down on the pyramid and be like, which of these are the lower hanging fruits that I can potentially work on now that can help overall.